Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Cruisin Classics Retro 87 series. And man, so excited to have everybody here tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a good time. And I tell you what, I can't wait to get this going. Qualifying challenge here. And I got my good buddy in the booth. I'm Eddie Smith, of course. And I got with me Logan and Thrill Kale. We're going to get the booth. Let's jump up in the booth and boom. Try to get there quick. What's going on, Logan? Well, thank y'all for joining us for the qualifying challenge. It's going to be a lot of fun. We set this thing up, sort of test the waters with the 87 series that's coming up in June. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be a fun time. We got a little get up here. We got the mullets flowing. We got the aviator sunglasses. We got the 80s shirt because this is what it's all about, the 87 series. And tonight, I mean, it's just going to be a lot of fun. Sort of the precursor to the series, the qualifying challenge. And boy, this is going to be a lot of fun. Logan, how we doing tonight? How you feeling about this qualifying challenge? Well, they are getting ready right now, and I'll tell you kind of what to expect for tonight. And, you know, these guys are going to be doing a qualifying lap. And you've seen many things like this before. You've got the Indy 500 that's going on right now that is sort of heading the same direction. So we got about a little over 20-something guys here tonight that's going to be making a lap. They're going to start inside the box at the pit road exit line. They're going to take off. It's 130 degrees at track 10 in Talladega, and they're going to fly through the gears up onto the track, the high banks of that 2.66 mile super speedway, and then come all the way around, and then full speed, because in 1987 they don't think they had pit road speed just yet. They're going to come down pit road full speed. We're going to watch them try to stop inside of that number one stall, and once they come to a complete stop inside the box, they're going to head out to that start finish line, and that will be the time. So that's what we got. So it's time to start. We got to jump right into it. So let's get off the booth real quick. Let's jump in there and get ready to race. Yeah, and I mean, we can take a look at the get up here as we just try to get everything rolling. I think we got everybody ready to roll, except for we got people. Oh, Logan is muted. I don't think Logan is muted. Talk to me, Logan. Oh my gosh, you are muted. You're not coming through. What the heck? Oh, I know what it is. Well, hey, look, I'm glad we're doing this now. So, and I'm gonna tell y'all real quick. Logan said some really important stuff there. So, thanks to Sky Shrek. Logan, you should be good to go now.
We'll figure it out along the way as we get there. Yeah, we're good now. Let's get after it, man. We got these.
Yeah, we got to get some qualifying underway.
So many drivers ready to go, and it's just going to be action packed through and through.
All right. Well,
I think we got our first one up.
Yeah, Alan Smith is up on the track. As you know, I may have should have given some of this stuff to other people, but let's take a look at what we got here. We'll give you a little bit of rundown of the car. We got Alan Smith on the track, and we'll take a look at his car real quick. And it's a Cruisin Classics 00 for Alan Smith, Winchester, and I think it was made out of like a shotgun shell or something like that. So really cool to see that. The car numbers really don't matter, but we just wanted to show the paint schemes. And I got 1,000 people sending me messages telling me what's going on. All right, well, Logan, let's get into it. What do you say?
I'd say we send it. Get out on the road.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get it going. So this is going to work as I try to get everything going here. Is they're going to stop right at that line, and we're going to have a timer here, which is right now. We'll reset it, and this is going to stopwatch it. We're not going to have any. They didn't have timing and scoring back there, so we're going to stopwatch it. That's how they're going to get their time. So Alan Smith in that double aught Chevy Monte Carlo. Wow, I'm falling apart here, Logan. is getting ready to go. He's going to be our first one out, and let's send it.
And away he goes.
All right, up through the gears. Now, Logan, tell us some of the stuff you said earlier that was really good.
Well, it's going to be a hot track, like you mentioned, 130 degrees out there. So it's going to be real slick, especially coming down pit road. You know, this portion of the track doesn't typically see speeds in excess of 150 miles an hour like it's going to tonight. So expect a lot of tire screeching coming down to that final pit stall. And don't forget, you have to have all 4 corners of the car in the pit box for your time to count.
Well, the best part about this is the fact that they come down at full speed. The track is super heated at the moment. We set it for July in the summer. So here he comes. Going to make his first run. Let's see if he can get down into the stall. Roars down pit road, full speed. Here he comes. Can he get stopped? Oh, he's a little hot there, Logan.
Oh, he's going in hot. He got it slowed down a lot better than I thought he would, but there it is, our first victim. He's going to have to back it up.
He's going to have to back it up.
Oh.
He's got to back it up.
Oh, he's going around for another lap.
Oh, he's got to back it up. He's going to have to go back and get in there. He's doing donuts.
Can't get the rear end under it.
He's got to go back to the stall. Tell him to go back.
I think he's trying.
Go back. He's doing donuts. Quit. Stop that. Our race controller should be telling him that he's got to get into the stall.
Well, I can confirm the race controller is telling him. Alan Smith just doesn't care.
Let's get him into if he's in the booth. We'll see. There he is. Alan Smith, you're in the booth right now, and you're doing donuts. Your time is still running. You have to get in the box.
I gave up.
Okay. All right. Well, there he is. His first run of the night. Gave up. Didn't even try to get into the box. We don't need people going rogue. We ain't got enough time to go on rogue. My dad's just being bad. So we're going to get him out of here. Congratulations. You made no time. You win nothing.
I had fun doing donuts, though. That was pretty cool.
Okay. Unbelievable. I mean, just unbelievable. All right, who we got up here?
Oh, up next, I believe, should be Brandon Smith.
Brandon Smith. That's Brandon Wallace?
Yeah, that would be. I read your last name.
Yeah, wow. I mean, we're doing great here. This is honestly going very well. All right. Well, Brandon Wallace has got a paint scheme at, I tell you what, is the Aerial Font Company. And where this kind of started is he painted an 87 car and used like the Aerial font that was inside of the iRacing UI. And for some reason, I decided to go on some sort of rant to about his car number, and he has ever since just leaned into it. So Brandon Wallace is your next up, and he's going to be the first one maybe to put in a time. So we'll see if he can get this thing going.
All depends if he can get that 99 stopped in the box, unlike Alan Smith. We'll see what the 99's got in store here.
I mean, just started doing donuts. Just anarchy around here.
Hey, I tell you what, though, so far, out of the first 2 drivers, no wheel spin on the start.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw it a lot in the little test session we had. Brandon Wallace getting up to speed. He is Odessa, Texas. His favorite 80s band is Def Leppard. His favorite 80s car is a Z28. And then, you know what? That fits his personality almost.
And we might have to get old Brandon Wallace a mullet here. That's going to be his favorite car. It's only fitting.
I want to think he had a mullet. I can't imagine him not without one. I don't know. There he comes off turn 4. We'll see if he can get stopped. And the point is, if you miss your stall, you have to go back. And the top 10 going to move on. So you want to try to get that time in if you can. You never know what can happen. Brandon Wallace taking a little bit more conservative approach. All 4 tires inside the box. Perfectly done. He's going to race back to the start-finish line. Little wheel spin there. And there it is, 1:11.992 for the 99.
That's a pretty good first time on the board. And, controlling that wheel spin pretty good, even though he came down. It picked up a little bit there, but could have been way worse. I would suspect that we're going to see quite a few people actually spin out trying to get back going to the start-finish line.
You know what? I think you're probably right. Probably right. Well, let's get him up on the board. And there it is. Brandon Wallace, it rounded up. Logan, give me a little bit of, help me out here.
What are we looking for?
Oh, you just to talk about something while I figure out how to get this spreadsheet to not do time.
Well, certainly. Up next, we've got old Skylar Daly in the number 2. We'll get that over to him in just a minute. Out of Walden, Vermont, driving the Chevy here tonight. Favorite 80s band is going to be Pantera. I was glad to see that one on the list here tonight, Eddie. I don't know how you feel about Pantera, but I just, when you think 80s, I don't think you can get away from them. Then we've got favorite 80s movie being Die Hard. I don't know. We're going to start this conversation here to fill some of this time. What do you think, Eddie?
We're about to do the
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
I knew it was coming.
We're doing the Christmas movie thing.
Yeah, I mean it's in Christmas. I mean the actual thing was it was Christmas time in the movie. So it's the same way that Home Alone 2 is a Christmas movie. I don't know. There's Christmas stuff in the movie, so I guess that's it. But all right, I'm ready now. I've got it figured out. Brandon Wallace on the board right now, and Skylar Daly up next. And we'll send the ready over to race control, and Skylar Daly will start his time.
Cool thing here for Skylar, too. Did a lot of background work on getting some of these guys some paint schemes set up for this series and really put some dedication into it. You can see it on this one here. It's a Sterling Marlin throwback, but Goat Locker edition all over the number 2, Eddie.
Yeah, Skylar's been awesome, man. Skylar's been doing a lot of work getting people's schemes together, making all kinds of Goat Locker scheme. I would show them, but I've got about 1,000 windows open at the moment. But yeah, been doing awesome work, and he said today, if somebody doesn't have a custom scheme ready to go for the start of this season, then they're to blame, because he's given them plenty of options to choose from, that's for sure.
I think I saw about 4 of them posted in one day. Coming down through turns 3 and 4. Well, our second time go up on the board here. Wide entry down in the pit road.
Yeah, we saw a more conservative approach from Brandon Wallace, and I think that'll get you on the board, but will that get you the top time? You got to make it inside the top 10. Skylar going to slide through, going to have to back it up. Oh, still didn't get in there.
A little bit more.
Still didn't get in there. Got to back it up. Still not in there. Oh, the time just tick it away. There he is, finally.
Now send it across.
Go! I mean, somebody was doing donuts at one point, so that's not likely going to be a terrible time, honestly.
I mean, so far we've seen all 3 of our drivers. Well, Brandon Wallace did a good job. He was close, but yeah, Skylar Daly, Alan Smith, both of them blown through the box. 2 out of our first 3. The odds are not looking good.
All right, time up on the board, so Skylar Daly will take a second place right under Brandon Wallace. And I wish I had that list. Let me try to find that list for myself. I don't know where that list is, so I know who's up next. Do you have it?
Yeah, we've got Charles Stevens up on the board here to go next. He's already staged up down there at pit road exit. Ready to go in the 84.
All right. Charles Stevens looks like he got the Wrangler scheme. I don't know if that's Trading Paints didn't appreciate that or what, but yeah, it doesn't look like his normal scheme, but we're going to have to just go with it at the moment. Let's send it. What do you say?
I say we send it.
I got 1,000 people messaging me. I can't keep track of everything. Oh. Devin helping me out. So what's interesting about this that I think that we saw there with Skylar Daly is how much pressure you're under, because you've got everybody watching. Everybody's in Discord channel with each other. Everybody's watching you. You don't really have an opportunity. Everybody's seeing what you're doing, and you're on the hot seat. And so, like, that pressure situation of sliding through and trying to back up and listen to the clear, all that kind of stuff, the nerves will get to you, and you just start to make a whole bunch of mistakes. That's the best part.
And a lot of these drivers, too, not a whole lot of time in the 87's cars. So, the point of view that you're getting can be entirely different from what you're used to. So where we saw there with Skylar, maybe that was in the box for a different car. But Steven's into the wall. He's going to use that to his advantage to slow down. Does it perfectly right in the middle of the box. Back on the gas he goes. Will he beat Brandon Wallace's time? It's going to be close. No, just over. So Wallace with the conservative route. It is paying off after all.
Yeah, in the past when we've seen that happen, it has been good enough, but it's good enough to get a time in, and I like that there's a bunch of different strategies for sure. But it's always a question of whether or not that's going to hold. That's you're taking the approach of, hey, I'm going to take it easy, not push it too hard. But those who really can try to slide to a stop in the final box and then go, I think will set the fastest time. So if people start to do that, and we saw Charles Stevens there use the wall, which I think is a pretty cool little strategy. You see how it kind of comes out a little bit and might help you stop. So we got Cruisin Smith out on the track now, and let's send it.
Brent Smith out of Iowa. Got another Goat Locker paint scheme here for the night on the 10 car.
We do have driver cams tonight. Corinne is on it. See if I can get him. There, get her up on screen right there. Everybody did a lot of driver cams, but I'm reaching my mental limit. But we'll try to get everybody else on there. Sorry if we missed you. Got a little bit of graphics going on here. I like that.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a little bit of extra there.
Man.
Of course, having the Cruisin Classics Series logo up there as well. That's a nice little touch. Ironically enough, favorite car being the 1986 Pontiac Grand Prix, out here running a Pontiac on the night as well. Coming out of turn 4, down pit road we go. A little bit further out from the wall than what we've seen. Coming in with a little bit more speed, too. Stays off the wall. No lockup.
Yeah, perfect.
Got it just in time, too.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one. Might be one of the top times. We're going to find out. Oh, my goodness. Just barely beat Brandon Wallace. Wow. Or Brandon Wallace barely beat her. Excuse me. Golly.
So 1:12.038. Brandon Wallace remains the top dog. The only one in the 11 so far. We've got a lot of drivers still yet to go. Cruisin Smith, an excellent time nonetheless.
Seemed like she's been practicing, I'm going to be honest, because it seemed like that was, you know what, I think she was doing a really good job there, but just started to, I don't know, kind of was doing it. Tried to maybe got on the brake a little bit too much, I think, and started to check up a little bit more than maybe she wanted to. I don't know, because it seemed like she was going to hit it just perfectly, and then started to slow down maybe a little bit more. All right, J-Cam going to be up next, and he has pulled up here, and let's see, J-Cam, hit me with that car there, Logan. I get all this.
Well, we've got a little Chevy Monte Carlo action out here, painted up with the Smart Avenue Realty It looks like we've got a black sheep paint scheme. So again, not sure if that's going to be a issue with trading paints not being nice, but sure looks like an Evel Knievel throwback to me.
Yeah, it looks awesome. Might be the perfect type of scheme for this. I don't know.
Certainly an attention grabber, so it did its job. But another driver out of Iowa ready to go.
All right, race control going to send them the signal. And away J-Cam goes up through the gears.
I don't know, Eddie. I'm almost interested if a little bit of wheel spin on the start might help get some of these cars going. Spin it once you hit it and then try to catch the tires underneath it. It seems like they're all pretty slow off the get-go.
Yeah, you know, I think Cruisin actually like revved it up and jumped into first gear. I like that strategy. It's a pretty interesting way of doing it. Down the back straightaway.
Coming down the backstretch.
Yep. Haven't seen anybody try like a higher exit on 4 and drive down the track. Everybody's been coming off right off the bottom.
I don't know. In the long run of things, the high line, you can certainly get some more speed, but adding that extra little bit of distance rather, it can slow you down a lot more than you'd imagine. And perfectly in the box with a good ready to go, but slow again.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, in our first spin.
Oh, now he's going to start doing donuts.
Alan Smith, part 2. Coming
Not
at you
quite.
live here from the 85.
He's almost going to make it. He's got to make it to the start-finish line.
Eventually he'll spin over there, right?
Oh, wow. So maybe he didn't know what to do. I'm not sure, but that is going to invalidate his lap time, and he is not going to get one in. I don't know if he knew where to come to a complete or to go to all the way to the start-finish line, but he did not. So J-Cam will unfortunately not set a time. All
Well,
right.
we'll see what the 11 of Timothy Wilms can do here. That save 22 car.
Oh yeah, we got to take a look at this one now. Anytime save
nice
22 is on
the Buick.
That is a good looking scheme, huh?
That absolutely is. That kind of looks like a Skylar Daily paint scheme.
Well,
I wonder if that is.
If it ain't, whoever painted that knows exactly what I like when it comes to paint schemes. That is about as good as it gets. Yeah, let's send him.
Sometimes simple is better.
Well, and that's a lot of those old schemes were just that, simple. You know, now everything's so complicated, all kinds of stuff going on. But just simple schemes with a nice logo. I mean, Tide is one of the most simple schemes out there, but boy, she sure does look good.
You know, one of the things I have to say I miss most about the older era cars is the real paint. I miss seeing that just authentic shine across the body versus the wraps that we see today. It's just, there's nothing like it to see a nice paint scheme that you know somebody put some heart and soul into it, especially if you get some pinstripes in there.
Yeah, I love the clean lines, like a Valvoline scheme, what it makes me think of. Love some clean lines. Coming down at full throttle, Timothy Wilms going to make his time. We'll see if he can get, got to get back to the start-finish line. Donuts hasn't been working, so I don't know if we'll see that donut strategy much anymore. Oh, and he just got in there. Wow. Timothy Wilms coming in hot, nailed it, and the best time on the board. There we go.
Timothy Wilms, a 1:10.339. Full second and a half faster than Brandon Wallace there. That's impressive. That's going to be a tough one to beat, Eddie.
Yeah, where do you think he made that time up? That was such a good run.
That's the only driver that I've seen so far that actually locked it down coming down pit road. He was able to, you know, kind of catch the wheels back up. They weren't locked down the entire time, but the amount of time between stopping in the box and going was so much quicker than everybody else.
Yeah,
I mean, that's where the time got made up.
Yeah, a couple feet, and then he's got a terrible time. You know what I'm saying? He's got a terrible time. A couple more feet, and he just nailed the stop. I mean, it was just perfect. It doesn't get any better. Let's bring him into chat. I want to talk to Timothy Wills. Timothy, we got you. You got our new leader in here in the booth with us. Timothy, talk about that run. You're now the top time. What was the strategy coming into this? A lot of people have been practicing, but it seemed like you jumped in and you nailed it on the first go.
You got me? You got a copy?
I got a copy. You got me?
Yep. Man, I was just trying to put it in the box. That's really all that matters, right? And I thought I was over it, so I'm glad it was in.
You were just a few feet away from being over. Impressive stuff. All right, man. Well, congratulations on being the top time for now. We'll let you go.
Yes, sir.
Got all smiles on his face. That's what we want to see. We want to see people having a good time. And he is definitely having a good time now that he sits on top of the board. Now we got Kevin Price in that 80. Now, his paint scheme better be right because he has been messaging me upset about his paint scheme not making it on. So I'm hoping this is the right one. But what are we looking at here?
Well, we've got a team scheme from Flag City Racing on the 80 of Kevin Price. And you can see right there on the hood, Flag City Racing out of Findlay, Ohio. A couple of presidents in the past that are of notable mention, Jeff Gordon being one of them, right there at the top of the board. Ben Roethlisberger, Steve Moorhead, Charlie Parker, Dean Peace, and Dr. Norman Vincent Peel. Some of those names that some of you folks might know back there at home, and just overall a nice flag banner all the way around on the 80. Did a great job wrapping it around on those curves too.
Yeah, the contingencies. I love to see contingencies. That's one thing that I miss about cars now is you don't see those small logos down there, and I love to see that. That is it's a quintessential old scheme. But all right, well let's get Kevin Price going and get him going. We got a lot of people to get to. Ooh, kind of
some big wheel spin there.
Yeah. I'll tell you what.
Already about a half second slower than everybody else crossing that start-finish line for the first time.
Well, you can hear he is having trouble shifting. These cars got that old gearbox. It can be tough if you don't have like auto clutch and stuff on. So we had a couple people having trouble getting through gears, and Kevin a little bit struggling getting through gears 1 through 4. But we're gonna go on board with him and watch him as he tries to come down pit road and see if he can get in that final box. See what these guys are dealing with.
Oh, Eddie, that's one thing we didn't mention is the at-home rigs. You know, to really dive into these 87s and drive it to the best of its potential, it's almost essential to have that H-pattern shifter. I know I've had some struggles with the sequential that are built into some of these wheels, not holding that shift. Down pit road we go. Kevin Price on the brakes. Locks it up just a little bit of steering correction, perfectly in the middle of the box, spins it up real bad. That's not going to help his time here. But he will get ahead of Skylar Daly as he slides across the line with a 1:15.503.
Yeah, that was a Brandon Wallace conservative run for sure. He'd had a little issue getting up through the gears, but I mean, he got on the board. That's the most important part. We've, Alan Smith, J. Cam, not able to get on the board, just out there doing donuts, just being anarchist out there. All right.
Well, you gotta have some fun while you're out here. But I tell you what, I'm really looking forward to this next driver. It's Sky Shrek from our typical Friday nights in the 17 machine. Looks like a Philadelphia Eagles throwback as well on that paint scheme.
Go Birds. B-Speed's on. Sky Shrek. Skylar Daly.
It's hard. We've got a Skylar Daly, Sky Shrek.
Yeah, then you got Jamie Lipke. Oh, apron. A little bit of apron work like right there. You see that?
Yeah, cutting that course just enough. You know, we said it at the beginning of this. No real rules other than keeping that car all 4 corners in the box when you come to a start and crossing that start-finish line to end your time. Everything else is on the table. Whatever little advantage you can find it's going to be big.
Well, I mean, from second to third is literally a couple, like 8,000th of a second. So it all can matter for sure.
It was kind of fun putting Sky into this position, being the 87 series, trying to think of things that they might like from the 80s.
Oh,
slams
there
into
it
the
is. So at this point, I mean, you can bail on your time, but just turn around, get back in the box. We haven't seen anybody do that.
Yeah, you never know.
Oh, and Sky's got damage.
Heavy left front damage, but you know, it's at this point, any time could matter.
Oh my gosh, trying to get in the box backwards, gets it done. Now he has to go across the start finish line with some pretty heavy damage. You see that car is not turning at all, Logan.
I don't know. I would almost keep it in reverse for that one. But
Struggling.
struggling. But a 138.671 for Sky Shrek. And our first driver that, you know, could have probably put it together that time wasn't going to be great. The first driver to go ahead and complete the run either way.
Exactly. It, you know, could have just spun out and left it that way, but decided to go back and try to finish it up. All right.
Yeah, I mean, we've got one driver ahead that's in the 130s, so you never know. This 138 might still end up in the top 10 to get another run for Sky.
All right. Well, next up, we've got Devin Smith, your Pro-Am champion, one of the Pro-Am, my Pro-Am teammate in the ARCA series, and was able to get that championship this year and got a nice little Haviland scheme. Alexander PCs, everybody showing a lot of love to our partners, which we really appreciate. But Devin, back a little bit from the line. I don't know. You're trying to get a run and go. What do you think that strategy is?
Yeah, it might just be the nose of this Ford out here a little bit longer than expected. Maybe thanks that they're up there at the line. I'm not sure. You know, the time starts as soon as the wheels spin, so taking away a couple extra feet from yourself.
Devin gets going conservative on the takeoff, which I like. Up through the gears. See if Devin has a camera. I don't know if Devin does or not.
Might not have a camera, but they do have a favorite 80s rock band being Metallica. Can't go wrong with them at all. Of course, I have to shout out this movie, Spaceballs. Devin Smith's favorite 80s movies, Spaceballs.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I've never seen Spaceballs.
It's not a bad one. It's one of those ones that you really, some people can only watch once. But Devin Smith flips the wall through the box, gets it back in though.
Scoot up just a little bit. Oh, I don't know.
Oh, no. See, this is where that comes into play here. This is going to be a race control call through and through.
Yeah, the back end was not in technically. So that time, unfortunately, going to be invalidated unless he goes back and puts himself in there. But I will wait and let race control kind of let me know was it in or not. We got Daniel Kakeel, who's been helping us get everybody in. We'll let him make the call. So Daniel, if you can hear us, just let us know, was he in or not? It was not in. So no qualifying time for Devin Smith, but honestly a great run nonetheless. Ryan Pendleton, he is going to be up. And, well, Ryan he's been running in the 87 series, a couple of them that we have done, and he knows how to get around. He's going to be in one of the upcoming videos. You'll see this exact paint scheme in an upcoming video. We'll take a look at it real quick. Veterans 4823 machine in that Ford Thunderbirds. He's going to get it scooted up just a little bit. And we'll send him on.
Ryan Pendleton choosing a different starting spot here. As you can see, in line with that first pit stall. Doesn't seem like it hurt by any means.
Yeah,
Pretty good launch there.
Yeah, maybe it didn't want to get in everybody else's tire that they've been laying down. Got a little driver cam here we can show off. Now, this is where people start to get serious. I like to think that Ryan Pendleton's going to be able to get it into the box.
Yeah, the 23 putting down some decent practice here before we got into the qualifying effort. And can't help but think, Eddie, favorite 80s band is Motley Crue. What do you think? Is he jamming in there in that 87?
Oh, 100%. 100%. Got the radio turned up.
Have to. Full blast. Might as well listen to some loud music when you're in a
we're going to see the
car.
wall technique. There it is.
There it is. Big slowdown this time. Almost too much.
Yeah, you're right. Perfectly in the box. We've been wondering when that strategy was going to come out. Will he be able to? Oh, he's going to be a little bit short of Timothy Wilms, but still a solid time, and that's going to be good enough for second place.
P2 on the qualifying there with that 111.663. Getting ahead of Wallace by about 0.3 of a second.
Yeah,
Number 2 spot. I don't know if anybody has anything for Timothy Wilms.
We kind of talked about that wall strategy, wondering if anybody was going to be able to, or anybody was going to try that, because I definitely think that is a solid strategy. And I'm going to tell you what, I'm having a fit here with Google Sheets at the moment. I mean, just struggling.
Not the most friendly format. A little bit too technologically advanced for 1987, Eddie.
Yeah, I don't think they had spreadsheets, but we're trying to make it where you can see it on the screen. And, you know, I have taken on so much at the moment. I really regret my decision to do as much as we're trying to do. It's making it worse, I do believe. So, apologize for the little scatterbrain. We're trying to get everything on the screen, get everything ready for the summer series, but it has been wow. But hey, Jam Printing Promotions, Patrick Drabick, he's ready to go, and I think he's going to be right there with Ryan Pendleton in that Jam Printing Promotions 07 machine.
Yeah, this will be one that, you know, it's going to take a big mistake out of Patrick to not make it to the top 10. Didn't have the stopwatch out in the practice session, but certainly seemed pretty quick out there as he was going around. A little bit of connection issue now for the 07. Where'd he go?
Uh-oh. And he is gone from cameras. Oh, man. Oh, no. Connection issues. Oh, there, he's still there. He's still there.
Hey, he's back. There we go. 3, 1, and 2, completely unnoticed.
Oh, man, I don't know how this is going to work. He's still there, though. I guess the most
important is just for us to see him get the box, right?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, the server's going to keep tabs of it. His client is sending data. If it doesn't reach, it still sends it. So the time is still good. Comes down pit road. We'll see if he can best the Timothy Wilms time. We've not seen the blinking strategy before.
There's the wall coming into play for Drabick, but again, just slowed him down too much.
Yep.
This is going to be another 111 right here. This is going to split Pendleton and Wallace.
And he blinked out.
Oh, I was a little off.
I've never heard anybody lag switching the qualifying. I think that's what he was doing, lag switching there.
Well, at least he spun it out after getting his time. Now that 07 has no rear end.
Yeah. I was laughing at those idiots doing donuts at the beginning. Leave it to a Smith to do a donut like that. All right, you get this thing formatted, and then we'll get his time up there. It's good enough for 5th place, it looks like, at the moment. Get that up there. All right. Well, next one up is a new fella, Tyler White. He is going to be one of our sim rig winners. I do believe we've got a a driver cam here. So let's make him sweat a little bit. He's smiling, he's laughing. That's what we love to see. But Tyler White, one of the SimRig giveaway winners. We're going to make him sit here for just a moment because that's what Goat Locker is all about. If you don't know what Goat Locker's been doing, they've been with incredible sponsors putting together these SimRigs, giving them to deserving veterans. And Tyler Wright, one of the last few that have gotten the SimRig, as you see, he's wiping sweat off his hands there, Logan.
Well, you got to have a good grip on that wheel. You don't want that going sliding, especially when you're under full force braking coming down pit road.
All right, well, let's not torture him too much. Let's let him get going. So we'll hit him with the ready, and then he can set his time. Taking a couple deep breaths. I don't know if he's ever raced this car before. I know he's been doing a lot of road course racing. An easy start there.
Well, he's at least knowledgeable about the cars. His favorite one from the 80s being that Buick Grand National, but surprisingly out here in a Pontiac on the night.
Good looking scheme.
Yeah, that's going to be modeled after that Skull Bandit car.
Skull Bandit? Is it really?
Yeah.
Huh?
That's what he's got in the notes, at least.
To me, that doesn't look like a Skull Bandit car. I don't know. These guys signed up and then changed the paint schemes at the last minute, I think. So, but here he comes. We'll see if he can get down into the pit stall. One of his first few times in a car this big. We'll see if the wall strategy becomes a thing. Trying to get it stopped. That concrete there, the pit stalls. Decent
that's
job.
The best one, I think.
Oh, he slid over. He's got to back up. He's got to back up.
Oh, it could have been a
pulled through the box again. He's still not in. Oh, he's not in. Oh, man.
That's tough.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Gonna invalidate his time. That rear bumper was absolutely hanging over. I don't have to ask race control on that one, so gonna invalidate that time. But hey, great run for Tyler White for sure. Well, now we got Charles Abert. I do believe is the next driver up.
You know, I have to say too, I think that was the best effort using the wall to slow down. It seemed like you hit it perfect timing.
Yeah. See, do I got Charles Abert? I thought I had there he is, Charles Abert right here on cam. Let's take a look at his paint scheme. We got a little bit extra time, I think. And see what he's got going on. Logan, what's he got going on? I don't know what this is. 19 Delta.
That's going to be a 1980s military theme. So no background story behind it, but you know, we're playing with the cards we're dealt out here. Got a couple different emblems all over the place. So
you
nailed
it.
I wish I had a little bit more info.
You nailed it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let's send him. We got to get this show going. I know we've been probably wasting too much time, but all right. This is a military scheme from Charles Abert.
Hey, I deal the info I've got.
So starting to kind of hone in on like 111, 112 seems to be where if you kind of nail it, that's where you get Timothy Williams being sort of the outlier at the moment with that 110. But everybody right around that 111, 112 marks. That's what you kind of need to be shooting for. And we've seen everybody be pretty conservative. It seems like, Logan. Not too many people. I think Sky Shrek was really the only one that kind of really sent it in there.
Yeah, that was probably the biggest thing we've seen so far. And I don't know, the last one out of Tyler White seemed pretty good coming down pit road up until going past the box. But one thing I'm curious about here, we've only seen one driver really try to cut that pit wall. It seems like everybody else has a pretty wide entrance and then slides out to about that dotted line, straight down the middle. A big hit to the wall. That's going to slow down the 18 quite a bit. Abert, a little bit more. Perfect. Spends a little bit too much time in the box, though.
Ooh, trying to hang on to it. That bad boy got a little bit loose there.
Still good enough for a 14.
put him 7th on the board at the moment. Yeah, the wall strategy definitely keeps you from overshooting. It seems like, but what we've seen, like you said multiple times, is that it doesn't seem to slow you down just a little bit too much.
It's going to be all about timing on where you decide to hit that pit wall to slow down. It's, a lot of these guys playing on the side of caution and hitting it a little too soon. You get slowed down quite a bit, and then you're back on the gas trying to get to the box. That's not what you want. Ideally, you are on the brakes up until the box and immediately on the gas. So having to switch back and forth on the pedal can be pretty detrimental to your time.
Well, Noah Hoggard, who has been one of the newer members, has been pretty active in Discord. Been honestly a really fun person to have around in Discord making jokes. And I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is a Skylar daily paint scheme, but Joe's Snowblowers. And honestly, this feels like a quintessential 1980 scheme, a company I've never heard of on a pretty solid, just straight up simple paint job.
I know Noah went through a frenzy of throwing this paint scheme on just about every car he owns so far on the service. So big fan of Joe's Snowblowers.
All right, well, let's get ready, and let me get the camera correct, and then we'll say ready, and we'll send Noah. And Noah said before the race, I will not win, and I will not get an interview. So don't talk to me. When we get done here, Noah's coming in the booth. We're gonna talk to Noah. He specifically
I feel like that's mandatory.
Yeah, he said I don't want to talk. Look at this apron.
There we go.
All right, trying something different. I like it.
Be careful of that line there. That'll send the rear end all the way around. I can tell you right now, he's already got a slightly better time.
It'd be nice if we had a ghost car, but they don't have those in 1987.
Well, we had one just a few minutes ago with Patrick Drabick.
We did. Absolutely did. Noah coming off of turn 4. Let's use the track in 3 and 4. Obviously, these guys are hitting almost 200 miles an hour, if not absolutely hitting 200 miles an hour. Let's see if he can get down into this final stop. Somebody needs to knock Timothy Williams off the top rung. Right into the box. Perfect. Just got to go.
Oh, go. That could have been a contender right there. But
I think he's going to spit out.
No. Get across. 1:15.201.
Nailed it. Perfect.
Hey, that'll still be good enough for a top 10. There's not that many drivers left, Eddie.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right. And if let's see. We're probably just going to do probably the, how many drivers we got left?
I'll take a little bit of calculation here, but I'm going to say, I want to say 4, including Daniel Cunningham, who's up next.
All right, well, we'll see. Oh, 6 people still left to go, according to our race control. And shout out to our race control. Daniel Coquille doing a thankless job, but very necessary. I don't think we can do it without him tonight. So big shout out to him. Is Daniel Cunningham running the this is just the stock Buick paint scheme that somebody painted up. There's a couple of them in there. There's an SS Monte Carlo scheme. If you see here on the back, there's Bush Quail 88 on the back bumper. So I love it. And you might see this car again very soon, so keep a lookout. Daniel Cunningham now up, and we are ready to send him. And so far, we've seen a lot of smiling faces, a lot of laughing. Seems like folks are having a good time. So we appreciate everybody showing up and racing here, putting down a lap time. I know it's not the best thing to be sitting there just waiting, but that's sort of the fun. It's just sitting around waiting on waiting on them to put down their lap time, seeing if you're going to make it in or not. You kind of see that in real NASCAR where guys are just standing around looking, watching the cars, watching the pylon, seeing if they're going to have to go out again in Indy. So I kind of like it. I kind of like making these guys sit there and wait.
It puts a different twist on it rather than going out there. Everybody qualifies all at one time. You don't get to sit and watch. It's kind of fun whenever you throw it all together, and especially whenever you get to sit up here and talk about it. Is Cunningham sending it? Yeah, he was right at that 195 mark as he entered pit road.
That's a pretty good. Oh, and he's gonna slide.
Oh, just too far.
Yeah, he didn't get into the box. Ugh. There he is. Now he's in the box. Oh, he was in the box.
Wrong gear.
Yeah, he was. That was such a good run too.
Yeah, that could have been contender up there in the top 3 for sure.
Oh my gosh, and that's the pressure of it all. You know, so all good right up into the very last moment. Going to be good enough for a 119.235. And if you're wondering why are you taking so long putting stuff in, well, it's because we're doing a 1987 stopwatch, and dadgummit, it takes nothing that I have will time that except for manually doing it. So one thing we haven't talked about real quick is the weather. And look at that, track temp has dropped down. So if you started early, it's right in the 130s. But one thing I like to talk about is that wind right there, 10 miles an hour. I don't know if it's down the front stretch, down the back stretch, but that could definitely make a difference. And that wind could change from time to time. So could make a difference in some of these laps.
That's going to be a northwest wind for you, Eddie.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, we'll stop this and reset it. All right, we got David Calvert ready to take his time, and he's in the Bojangles machine. I don't know if you've ever had a Bojangles biscuit, Logan, but they are fine. You ever had a Bojangles biscuit?
I've had many in my time, and I'm sure it shows, and I'm sure I'll get a comment from Jeremy Gardner about that eventually.
Well, all right. Well, David Calvert and his Bojangles, it's bow time, and let's send him. See if he can get down there and get in the top few drivers.
Taking his time on the start.
Really thinking about it here. Good looking paint scheme. I like that Bojangles machine.
That yellow is another one that's just eye-catching. Kind of always know where it's at on the track.
Well, since we only got about 15 drivers, I'll just let everybody know, and Daniel is who is in here with us. If he'll let us know, let them know. We're going to take the top 5. That way we're not keeping everybody here. So since we've got about 15 drivers that are going to put down a time that are going to actually make it, we're going to take the top 5 and move on. That way everybody ain't sitting around for another couple rounds. Here comes
Sounds
David
like
Calvert.
a plan, so.
Yeah,
Gonna try to get that Patrick Drabick 07 machine out of the way here. Calvert with some speed coming down pit road. Gonna use the wall, slams a little too hard, pops off. And that steering is gonna hurt here trying to get back into the box.
Got to get all 4 corners of the car in the box. Going to slowly roll in there to make sure he is there. He's got the good to go. And now back to the start-finish line goes David Calvert.
And in style.
Yeah, he did it across the line. I like it. Well, good run for David Calvert. Just slid through. And let's take a look. I still can't believe my dad out there doing donuts. I still laugh.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, is that really who you learned how to drive from? It's just weird that you go from a father-son combo championship in the Pro-Am series.
Yeah.
And then we get that out of Allen.
That's your amateur division champion. Can you believe that? Unbelievable. Out there just doing donuts, just messing up the whole thing. All right, well, Jamie Lipke is here in that Mountain Dew scheme. Oh, blinking a little bit, but ready to put down her time. and give them the good to go and see if Jamie can get inside that top 5.
This is going to be one of my favorite paint schemes out here for this series. They did a fantastic job of mimicking the old Mountain Dew logo with the recreation of the Goat Locker logo.
Yeah, unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I almost want to say, is this another Skylar Daily special?
I think Jamie painted this themselves. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I know there's a few that were doing it. It's been so long, but not only is race controlling, but also confirming it is a Jamie painted car.
Tell you what, ain't nobody better than Daniel Castile. He's doing it all. All right, we'll see what Jamie can do coming off of turn number 4, full speed, almost exactly 200 miles an hour entering pit road. Yes, you get down to that final box, slow it down. The wall strategy, is it going to slow it down too much? So far it has. And again, I think that's what's going to happen. Into the box, full stop.
Still a good stop. This should put him in the top 5. Let's see.
Yeah, 112, 208.
Just barely out.
Oh.
Dravic with that 12-168. Libke with the 12-208. That was close.
Yeah, that wall strategy works. I mean, you could definitely tell it definitely slows down the car, but you have to. It seems like the strategy is to try to get off of the wall as quickly as possible, because it slows you down enough, but then it just keeps doing it to the point where it seemed like Jamie was almost kind of stuck in there, huh?
Yeah, it looked like it was going to pop off the wall a little bit more, and then it just sucked right back into it as if it was a safer barrier, which we didn't have in 1987. So we don't know what I'm talking about right now.
I mean, this has been a wild and crazy night so far, and I appreciate everybody that has showed up. Now, Chuck, he's pretty far back here. I don't know if that's what he means to do or not. I think Daniel's getting him squared away now. Where is he at? There he is. Now, I can tell you one thing about Chuck. He's always going to have a Marine scheme, and he's always going to have that 75 number. I'll tell you what, Chuck will literally fight you over that 75 number because I believe 1875 is the birth year of the Marines. And so he is, ever since I've known him, he's driven that 75 machine. I don't think he'll run a series unless he can get the number 75.
Well, you mentioned that Chuck will literally fight you for that number. I know he's got a driver cam, Eddie. Let's go ahead and bring it up and show you exactly why you don't want to fight Chuck Phelps. It's just one of those things. You always have to mention it with him. There's nothing you're going to be able to do to that guy right there.
I gave him the ready, and I'm watching. Is he going? There we go.
There we go.
I have to stare at the screen to make sure I hit the stopwatch at the right time. Yeah, there's Joe. He got something in his mouth. What is he chewing on? Probably chewing on some glue or a crayon. That might be a crayon in his mouth.
It is. It's a green crayon.
It is a crayon. Hey, we're gonna give it a little bit of. Got the crayon in his mouth. He's ready to roll. I like it.
Well, I mean, we've seen plenty of videos of Dale Sr. driving around with a cigarette hanging out of his mouth. It only makes sense for Chuck Phelps, the Marine, to have a green crayon.
You see him getting ready, getting his shoulders loose, trying to get down on pit road. I think he's going to slide through the box. That's what I think is going to happen.
I don't know. He might just yell at the box and tell it to get right where he's at.
Yeah.
Is that Chuck Phelps or Chuck Norris? I don't know. I can't tell the difference. But down pit road he goes. Not going to use the wall. He got it slowed up in time. A little too soon, actually.
He's too far
box
back,
too early.
yeah. Oh, I think he picked the wrong box.
Wrong box, Chuck.
Oh, man, such a bummer.
Oh, man, that would have been a good time, too. He was right in that 112 area.
Yeah. Yeah, stopped in the wrong box, man. Such a frustrating thing, and that's what we're talking about. That's the pressure that you're under. You just make small mistakes when everybody's watching. But hey, we all love Chuck. Chuck, you win in our hearts. Is what you do.
Yeah, I think he definitely won over the broadcast with the crayon.
Yeah, that was shot of the night for sure. All right, Michael McCarthy, 13. There's 12 more of them. Heaven help them.
Unless they're all Michael McCarthy.
Yeah. Yeah, he might have been banned about 12 times. I don't know. But he's going to make his time right here. He's getting ready. We'll send the ready down to race control. And so Michael McCarthy going to shoot off right here. Just a few more drivers right now. Patrick Dravick still laying in the... Wondering, as that bubble driver, can anybody knock Patrick Dravick out of the top 5? Top 5 going to rerun.
You know, I have to mention it because the information's there. This settles the debate. Michael McCarthy, favorite 80s movie, Die Hard, with a note of the best Christmas movie. So that settles it. What Michael McCarthy says goes.
That's about as good a source as Wikipedia for something, I think. It's about as trustworthy. Michael McCarthy, a big pickleball player. He spent $2,000 on a pickleball machine that shoots pickleballs at him so he can practice.
That's dedication.
Yeah, you wanted a fun fact. That's a fun fact. Here he comes. 200 miles an hour as he comes down pit road. He's real hot. I don't know if he's going to make it. It's going to be close. He's getting it wound down, though.
He got it.
He did. Not.
Oh.
Ooh, I don't know if he was in the box.
That's going to be closed.
Yeah,
that's going to be a call for race control for sure.
Across the line, a 1:12.030. He was in.
Make or break the top 5. Wow.
Oh, my gosh, he was in. That is going to knock Patrick Dravick out of the top 5, and that's going to put Michael McCarthy in with that run. Wow. Unbelievable.
That was a good one there. But we've got one more, and it's going to be our race controller, Daniel Kirkiel, and he's got a lot of drivers here that he's been able to take notes from, Eddie. You think that's going to come into be a big factor here?
Well, you know, I'll let you know when I can think straight while I'm not trying to fight with this.
Technology's not our friend here tonight.
Cruisin Smith is actually on the bubble now, since Michael McCarthy was actually a little bit better time, and I'll get it up here in a minute, I promise. Yeah, in 1987 we didn't have a whole bunch of computers. We're writing all this down as we go. I mean, it's pretty time. I don't know. It seems like it's pretty solid as far as the time frame goes. All right. I'm not even making sense when I talk. Okay, so Michael McCarthy will be fourth with a 1:12.030 to Cruisin Smith's 1:12.038. How about that?
Well, that saves Michael McCarthy. It's all about whether or not Daniel Kirkiel can knock off Cruisin Smith from that number 5 position. Get another run.
Here we go. All right, ready, Daniel? Daniel, I had to fight him to get him to run a time. He's like, I don't know if I can get up through the gears, and I don't know if I could do that, but I think he might have something for him.
A little bit of sandbag at play, you say?
Yeah, I think so. He's trying to play. Oh, I don't think I can do this. You like Grandma's Boy. I've never seen Dance Dance Revolution.
Well, we'll see what Daniel can do here as the 83 screams down the backstretch, getting up to about 190 mile an hour right now. Just hits under 200 on the entry of 3, and we'll see 200 as they enter pit road. What does Kirkiel go for? Do we keep it tight to the wall? Do we swing out wide? A little bit closer to the wall than I've seen. Way out wide on pit road, though.
Oh my God!
Big roll over! Get in the box, Daniel!
Is he in the box? Get him in the box! Oh, he blew his motor! Let's see if he can get in there and get a time.
There's still enough in it. Let's go!
There it is.
You're in!
Oh my goodness. I hadn't seen anybody roll over just yet. He's going to limp across the start-finish line. A 1:25.954, and that is your final driver of the night. And there you see it, your final 5, and he goes ahead and finishes her off. Timothy Williams, Ryan Pendleton, Brandon Wallace, Michael McCarthy, and Kareem Smith are going to be your top 5, and they're going to move on to the final round since we are just over an hour. We don't want to run 10 more people and then 5. We're going to do 3 rounds, but in the thought of time and respecting all these guys' time, we'll just do it one more time. Your top 5: Timothy Williams, Ryan Pendleton, Brandon Wallace, Michael McCarthy, and Kareem Smith are going to be your top 5 that's going to move on. Well, I'll tell you what.
I think we're going to go in reverse on this, too. I think we're going to start at that number 5 spot and work our way back to Timothy Williams. But go ahead, Eddie.
Yeah, I think so. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's take a little short commercial break, and we'll take you back to 1987, and we'll be back for the final round in just a moment.
I keep sleeping, I lay and I think. You gotta start hitting from out there, Harris. Oh, I need a drink of cool rain.
The way to stay cool is clear.
7-Up feels so good, coming down. Rain on me, 7-Up, yeah.
We're not a company, but we'll give you a chance to work where there's always a challenge. We'll give you opportunities to learn, to develop, to perfect skills that you thought were beyond your reach. We'll help you build a career that can reward you for the rest of your life. We're not a company, we're your country. We're the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines. We're the Armed Forces. It's a great place to start.
When I'm flying at real low altitude, the last thing I need is trouble. This Indy Pace car is all stock from the ground up, and AC Delco parts help make it perform. Parts that keep this car running right, and your car too. For the AC Delco retailer nearest you, just give me a call at 1-800-AC-DELCO. Stay ahead of trouble with AC Delco parts. Cars aren't cheap, never have been. That's why I never take shortcuts with cheap oil and air filters. Give me AC filters every time. AC filters match the original specs on my cars like a nut on a bolt.
Precision AC Delco parts. They don't just fit, they match.
Keep your car running the way it was made to run.
Now get up to $7 back on AC filters and plugs. See your retailer for details.
Alrighty, we are back here, and we've got our final 5 drivers, and we said we want to talk to some of these people, so we're going to talk to them now. I didn't really know how much time this was going to take, so we're going to jump right in and talk to some of these folks. We're going to start with Timothy Williams, going to get him down into the channel with us. Well, Timothy, your time held, and man, I'll tell you what, you did a fantastic job. Uh-oh. Hold on one second. Let me get you in here. Got your name. I need your camera. You got a copy there, Timothy?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Okay, good. Let me get you on camera. I don't know what's going on. Well, I don't know what's going on, but that's okay. Well, we got you in here. You're one of the final 5. Now you get to try to back it up, and I think that's going to be the toughest part. How do you back up a 110? I mean, almost a second faster than almost anybody else. How do you back this up and nail it again?
That's pretty easy. Just got to do the perfect run twice, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's a GLR prize pack on the line, yeah. So first off, I want to know, has it been fun? Have you had a good time? That's the most important thing here tonight.
Oh yeah, I'm having an absolutely fantastic time, and I appreciate you guys putting this on. Appreciate everyone here at Go Locker. I'm excited.
All right, well, there's one of your 5, Timothy Wills. He says, all I got to do is just do perfect twice. Let's see. Let's get Ryan Pendleton in here and talk to him. Ryan, this is Eddie. You got a copy?
What's up, Eddie?
Man, congratulations on making the final 5 of the first ever and maybe the last ever retro qualifying challenge. We've seen a lot of folks with a lot of different strategies. You were the first one to hit that sort of wall strategy. But now you're fighting the 5 best folks. What's the strategy? What are you going to change, or are you going to try to do the same thing again?
I'm just going to try to drive it harder, stop quicker.
There you go. Hey, simple. Keep it simple, stupid. I like it.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, thanks for being a part of it. Good luck.
Thanks, Eddie.
Let's see. We got Brandon Wallace get his butt in here. Logan, you want to take it from here.
Yeah, we'll chat with Brandon Wallace here. Brandon, you got a top 5 time. Now, are we going to see a change up in strategy at all? Or are you just planning on running out there doing the same exact thing?
Oh, no, hell, I was saving fuel and tires on that first run, so I'm going to send it this time.
Well, that's an interesting strategy for a qualifying effort. But, hey, I mean, it worked out. It got you here.
I mean, I don't know. Some of my teammates, they talk about letting some lug nuts loose and letting some air out of the tires. So I don't know. Harry Hyde said he's got a special set of tires. We're just going to send it, but it's going to stick.
Special set of tires, you say?
Yes, sir.
We might have to talk to race control on that one, but good luck, Brandon, on the next round here.
All right, 10-4, we're going to go.
All right. Then we're going to bring in Michael McCarthy, who just barely made it in. At the very last little minute, and was able to push Patrick Drabick out of it. Now you're in the final 5, and now you got to do it again. You've done it once, now you have to do it again to get that top spot. Michael, what's the strategy here?
I don't know if I had a strategy the first time either. I'm just gonna send it again. You know, I skipped pickleball for this, so it's gonna be it's fun. It's a good time.
Hey, well, sorry to hear that, but either way, good luck to you. We'll see what you can get done here.
10-4, see it.
All right, and then we'll bring our final top 5 driver in here, Corinne Smith. Well, you had a pretty solid run, the first run that held the whole entire time. How do you do it one more time?
Well, we were pretty conservative on that first run. We thought we just needed a top 5 car, and we barely hung on to it. So we're going to push it this time, and we're going to see how it sticks.
All right. Hey, a lot of confidence there. I like it. We'll see what Corinne can do. Good luck, Corinne. All right. Well, I think we're going to do inverse order if I do believe. We'll wait on Kirkiel to let us know for sure. But this is going to be it for all the marbles. I think Corinne is going to go out first here. Already lined up, ready to roll. And we'll get the timer up here. That started. All right, your final 5. Who's going to get the prize pack? Top 3 going to go off with a prize pack. And so final 5 drivers. We'll see who can nail it here on this run right here. The final run, Logan. We're ready to go, Daniel.
It's time to go. Corinne Smith been ready since the commercial break out here, ready to go. 10, staging up. I can hear it revving up now.
Wait, there it is. Making us wait for it. I like it.
It's all about the suspense.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't have a blowover until we had the last car on the track. So, suspense.
Yeah, I'm kind of bummed out I didn't do a replay of that because I mean he did like a barrel roll. He just kind of rolled it around. Pretty awesome.
I was so happy to see that it still had enough power to get back across the line. That was fantastic. Corinne Smith coming down the back stretch right at that 30-second mark. See if we can improve that time at all. Trying to snag one of these Goat Locker goodie bags here.
You know, I don't want to go first in this round. Yeah, that's one thing that's got to stink is going first here. Because you kind of want to know
first or last.
Yeah, you kind of want to know what the target is, and Corinne is just kind of setting the pace here. So if she, takes it easy, then the other folks can kind of do the same. But not taking it easy.
Bit of a whip.
Yeah. Oh, and it's gonna slide through. Still not in.
Going.
Still not in the box.
There you go. That's in.
Yeah, in the box for sure.
That's gonna be a tough one. Just the extra nerves and the spin out of the pits. One more time
donuts.
Around. Reverse. There it is. That's what we wanted to see.
Reverse. All right.
That song didn't come out yet, I don't think.
Oh, okay.
Just kidding.
Hey, honestly, if you're Corinne, you're not really too worried because that time could stick. Because these other folks could just completely botch their entire run, and that could be the top time. So definitely not worth giving up at this point. Maybe another good reason to not to go first. I don't know.
Yeah, I just had to say, I think first or last has got to be just about the worst. You're either setting the pace or you're trying to catch up with everybody else.
All right. Michael McCarthy's up. Get ready to set his time. And we are ready to go. Go ahead, Daniel, send them.
And away goes the 13 for the second time on the night. 125 to beat.
Well, and I've just been told by the head honcho that just the winner is going to win a GLR prize back. So, McCarthy, again, down on the apron.
I still think that's the best route to go.
Yeah, dude, I agree.
We got about a second ahead of Corinne Smith right now. And then again, it all comes down to the stop. That's what we're all here to see, is that car roaring down pit road at 200 miles an hour. You don't have a whole lot of time to stop it, especially with how heavy these things are.
Yeah, no doubt about it. These suspensions are not for the faint of heart. That scared the mess out of me seeing Kareem's car there, and he's going to be a little bit. Oh, he didn't stop in the box.
Oh.
Didn't stop in the box. He's going to have to go
over.
back. We've seen that a couple times tonight. It's so frustrating because you're just ready to go, but you got to get in that box and go.
He still has time to beat Corinne Smith here, though. To get across before a 125 sideways. It's going to be close. 125, 440. That will take over the number one spot.
So far, your best 5 drivers, the first 2 have just completely botched it up. I love it. That's how hard this thing is. They did such a good job the first time. It's so hard to repeat it.
Let's take a look at the weather there, Eddie, if you have it available at all. I think the track temperature might have even come down a little bit.
I will get it to you as soon as I put this in for sure. Let me see. And get Michael McCarthy's time on the board, and then we'll take a look at the weather. And yeah, it has started out at 131, now down to 119. So a little bit extra grip out there, but it doesn't seem to be helping.
Yeah, it's tough out there. That little bit of an adjustment, just 5 degrees from the last time that we checked it there midway through the first round. So it's a big difference from where we started out the night, obviously. And
okay.
I don't know. Brandon Wallace was one of the first drivers to go, and he was able to hold on to a top 5 spot to get here. So he's up next.
Brandon Wallace up, ready to roll. And I have been told now by the head honcho again that the top 3 will receive prize packs. So a lot of prizes to be had here, and so Michael and Kareem not out of it at the moment. But Brandon Wallace now up in the Ariel Font Company Chevy Monte Carlo, and he is ready to set his time. And Daniel, you can send him. Hear him revving it up.
Let's see if Harry's Special Tires have anything going on here for the 99.
You know what we haven't seen people do yet is, and I'm not going to say it because that'd be an unfair advantage, but we haven't seen a whole lot of shenanigans. You know, I expected to see, I said there's only 2 rules. You got to start behind the line and you got to stop in the box. That's really all you got to do. And I haven't really seen anybody do any kind of shenanigans, and I won't allude anymore. But everybody doing that apron running now, it looks like, Logan.
Yeah, McCarthy set the time with it. 125.4. If Wallace can stop in the box as opposed to the other 2 drivers, then that's a big advantage. I feel like using that apron to get up to speed, you're typically doing that anyways. It's kind of built to help you pick up speed on the backstretch, but I don't know. It's tough to say. There's so many different variables that can come into play as Wallace keeps it tight to the wall on the entry. On the brakes pretty early there. modulating that brake pedal. Oh!
Was he in the box? I don't think he was.
Bumper was hanging over, Eddie.
Has to back it up, and man, these guys struggling now. But still is going to set the top time for now.
Should be about a 120 to 121.
It sure
120.247 for Brandon Wallace, so beats the competition by 5 seconds. He's going to be in a position here for one of those Goat Locker goodie bags.
Haven't had one of these drivers
Smith
make it a solid run. It's so interesting.
Well, we've got Ryan Pendleton and Timothy Wilms still up. Two of the top contenders here, number 1 and number 2 times. So we've seen it kind of stick to the same theme. Corinne Smith with the slowest time on the board right now. Michael McCarthy, second slowest. That's their finishing position. Was the last 2 spots in the top 5. Pendleton's back up, ready to go, though, Eddie.
Yep, and we're ready to send him, Daniel, so let him know we're ready to go.
Pendleton keeps it down on the apron. It looks like he's going to. Oh, he crosses. He's going to get up on the bottom of the track.
Yeah, smooth. I mean, just kind of slowly moved up there, staying right there on that yellow line. And, I think a lot of people are focused on the actual pit stop. And obviously that is a huge part of it. But all the time, I mean, this is a huge track, Logan. Anytime you can gain, even if it's tenths, down the track, it can make all the difference in the world. And these cars are not just glued. They are definitely, they kind of move all over the place a little bit. You have to give it a little bit of wheel so you can scrub a lot of speed. So there is a lot of speed to be had on the track if you nail it. And so far, Ryan Pendleton has nailed it. We'll see what he can do as he comes down pit road, going to drop down, going to use that wall as a brake like he did before. We'll see if he can get stopped just in time. A solid run, not quite. He gets stopped in the box. Gasses it up. Obviously going to be the best time so far, but nowhere near what Timothy Wilms did on that first run. But a 112.848.
Now it comes down to this, Eddie. Can Wilms be perfect 2 times in a row like you mentioned?
Get that time up on the board for you.
That 112 is going to be a hard one to beat for sure. But if anybody out here can do it, it's the last driver of the night.
Well, before we get the final driver going, we want to thank our sponsors that make everything go around. Cruisin Classic is going to be the sponsor of this series, and we want to thank them for being on board. Save 22. We're actually going to slideshow a couple of our sponsors up here just to make everybody have to wait just a little bit longer. But this is when everybody's eyeball would be on there, so we're going to show them off. Lincoln Tech for their sponsorship of the entire spring series and the fall series, and just been a huge part of Goat Locker Racing. Also going to be sponsoring the IndyCar series coming up in the summer. So cannot wait to have more partnerships with Lincoln Tech. Just an incredible partner, one of Goat Locker's biggest. Save 22, which you see on the car of Timothy Wilms right at the moment. And, man, everybody over at Save 22, if you're not subscribed to @Save22Vet, their Tuesday talk, vets get in there and their families and just talk about things that they're struggling with, all kinds of things that vets struggle with. A lot of people kind of hone in on certain things, but I'm telling you, vets go through a lot of things, coming from a totally different life, coming back, getting used to life at home. It all makes a huge difference, and the guys over at Save 22 are doing incredible work. They've got some older videos you can go check out. Go check them out. Jam Printing Promotions, always around. When you see any kind of shirts, hats, a lot of times it's mostly going to be Jam Printing Promotions. Been a huge sponsorship. Cruisin Classics, Hidden Wit Brewing Company, in vets, and of course, one of our favorites, Indiana Department of Veteran Affairs. Well, let's say we get this thing rolling, and we got our final driver. He's got to beat a 112.845, and that is Timothy Wilms, set on top of the board. at the first run. We'll see what he can do here on the second run. Daniel, let's send it. Well, this is it, Logan. For all the marbles, who's going to get it done? Ryan Pendleton, is he going to be the top dog, or will Timothy Williams be able to hit another 110? Do you think he can hit a 110 again? I don't think he can.
110 is going to be tough, especially with the temperature adjustment. You know, that's going to put a whole new challenge of breaking point down on the 11 here. So, I don't know. He set the fastest time for a reason. Let's see if Williams can do perfect twice.
Down the back
Flying down
straightaway.
the back stretch he goes.
Right around the 30-second mark, middle way down the back straightaway, so right on time. And what you don't want to, there's so much on the line here, so much pressure going on inside of that driver's helmet. Because right now you just want to hit everything perfect. Don't make any mistakes. And usually when you say that, that's when you make mistakes.
Broadcaster's cursed, if you will. Williams out wide, coming down, locks it down midway through.
Baby.
Little wiggly here. Fronts are locked up.
He's
It's
got
going
to
to be
back it
Ryan
up.
Pendleton taking home that #1 spot. Williams unable to complete perfect.
He's going to get it going and complete that time. And look at that. I mean, he had a good run there. Honestly, it was
Still
good.
in top 3.
Yeah, still for top 3. So Timothy Williams is going to go in that second spot. And we're going to talk to him. Just a moment, as soon as I get this time in. But your winner going to be Ryan Pendleton. No surprise there. If anybody can get it done, it's him. Type that thing in. Get her up on screen for you. Glad I'll never have to do this again.
I wouldn't say that just yet, Eddie. There's a lot of feedback in the chat here on YouTube. I think this needs to make a comeback.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's talk to our winner. Let's get him in here. Ryan Pendleton, we got you in the booth, 1987, and boy, you was able to get it done, knocked it down. You weren't the best time the first time, but you were right where you needed to be, and you set a solid time. You didn't make any mistakes, and that was enough to get you the win.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that's good enough, right? Which is, I tried to go faster on the second one, but I'd be lying if I said the first 3 that missed it definitely probably was sitting in the back of my mind. So I knew there might be a chance that everyone's going hard, so I just wanted to make sure I stopped in the box and hope for the best time.
Well, tell me what was the hardest part of this challenge, and you know, you obviously had so many people that you were racing with. You know, we're taking just the top 5. Like there's such a small window, it seems like, of you're going too far, you don't go hard enough. What's sort of the hardest part? Is it getting up through the gears on the track? Is it coming to a complete stop? Is it getting down into pit road? What's the hardest part?
Yeah, there's actually quite a few parts that are challenging. Definitely anytime you're starting and stopping. We saw that, whether guys in the initial starter after they hit their box and got out and spun out or just spun the tires, didn't get down in the right gear and were bogged down when they went to go. So that's challenging. But yeah, definitely the box is timing it. It's so easy to think you have all that time to stop. And then remember when you're in an 87 car with the brakes they had in 87, I use the wall. If you're going to let us do it, I'm going to use everything to slow me down and carry a little bit more speed longer down pit road. But yeah, just timing the box, but then just at the same time, like I said, making sure you're in the right gear, getting down. And then I didn't have this, but definitely the people that, did slide through the box, getting it in reverse and then getting it back in first, that's a challenge as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and we saw some people just completely give up and do donuts at one point. So, well, Ryan, congratulations. Yeah. I mean, you could definitely use some more GLR swag, so I'm glad that you're going to get some. But, man, congratulations on being the inaugural winner of the 87 qualifying challenge. Man, congratulations. And as always, and anytime there's a winner and we interview them, we always give you that floor to thank anybody that you want to thank.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. As far as the prize pack, I'll get with Pat and we'll see what we can do. I have a good amount of Goat Locker swag, so we'll see who we can get it out to besides myself. But yeah, Eddie, this is awesome. We're super excited for the summer series, everything we have going on, all the new broadcasters. I want to shout out all the race control volunteers from last season. Made a huge difference. Awesome, thankless job behind the scenes, all the admins, and then of course you're going to hear it a bunch throughout the summer from new partners we have coming on and all our old partners at Goat Locker Racing. So huge shout out to them. Excited to hopefully get some interview time in the summer series and thank them some more. But yeah, we're looking forward to what we have coming up.
All right, well, there you have it. Your winner tonight, Ryan Pendleton. Man, congratulations. That was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
All right, well, we got to pull our second place finisher in here, and that is Timothy Williams. And Logan, I think you're caught up with him.
Yeah, we got Timothy Williams down here. Number 2 on the board. You came into round 2 as number 1. About a 10 to 12 degree difference out there on the track from your first run to your second run, Timothy. Was there much at play there for you that kind of offset the ability? You weren't quite able to hit perfect twice.
Yeah, a little bit. I was wondering if it got warmer. I slipped up a little bit in 3 and 4. I did lift, and I was like, is this track hotter than I thought it was? But it was fine. It was a lot of fun. Congrats to Ryan. Putting up a good time there at the end, so I knew I had to nail it, and I knew about halfway down pit lane it wasn't going to happen, so.
I don't know, man. You still put up a good time, even though you got through the box a little bit. I think stopping short just a touch and having to come back to it after thinking you were good. But overall, second place finish. It gets you a little swag bag here from Goat Locker Racing, so you can't be too upset by that by any means. Now, Timothy, what are you looking forward to here with the Goat Locker Summer Series?
I was muted, but yeah, I just enjoyed driving these cars. I did one of the winners series one of the years, a couple years ago. I don't really run officials that much anymore, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. This car's kind of a lot to handle, so I'm excited to see how it is.
It's going to be a blast, especially when we set off in a couple of weeks at Daytona with these things. It's going to be rowdy out there. Are you ready for it, Timothy?
We'll see. I feel ready, but we'll see.
The physical preparedness versus the mental preparedness can be so different whenever it comes to these cars. But Timothy, great job tonight. P2 on the board. Who would you like to thank?
Just really everyone here at Goat Locker. That's big shout out to my dad. Let's see what else. Save 22. I got Save 22 on the car. Cruisin Classics. Awesome. Yeah, that's all I got.
Awesome. Well, congratulations again, buddy. We'll see you in a couple weeks when we kick this thing off officially.
Awesome. See you then.
All right.
That's our time there with Timothy Williams. And I think, Eddie, you've caught up now with our third place finisher, Brandon Wallace.
Yeah, we do. Let's get him on the screen. We'll get his name on there. Why I can't find it. He's always at the bottom. I found him down here. He's at least 16th place. Brandon Wallace. Well, that was a lot of fun. And it seemed like you had it kind of figured out there in that first one. It seemed like you had done a little bit of practice. Of course, you've done this before, so a little unfair for you. But did the pressure of the Final Five, did that get to you? What happened there?
Yeah, well, it was just, you want to do just a teeny bit more than you did in the first run. So you go for it. And then I thought I was a little more easy coming in and on the brakes, and then I was 6 inches over, and I've never been accused of being 6 inches over in my life, but it happened, and so we're, had to back up and go, and yeah.
Well, you did a fantastic job, and you got in the final 3, so you're going to get a little GLR swag, which is cool. We've got a lot of stuff we need to give away, and so congratulations for that. But yeah, so super fun. You made it awesome, exciting. We really got to change the paint scheme, though, man. We really got to give up. It's been a long time coming. I get it, but at some point you got to say enough's enough.
Okay, will do. I mean, I know you like it, but it's it's your favorite. It should be paint of the week every week, but it's okay. I'll change it for you.
Well, man, congratulations on third place here tonight. That was a lot of fun. A lot of fun watching you guys try to nail this challenge. And again, great job. And who do you have to thank here?
Well, first off, thank you, Eddie V-Speed, Logan, for putting this on. It's awesome for you, all the work you did getting it set up. Of course, obviously, everybody at GLR, the Cruisin Classic, Lincoln Tech, NVETS, everybody that sponsors the summer series in the league and helps it go on. But, it's people, the other racers, everybody involved. We couldn't do it without everybody involved. It just wouldn't be any fun. So want to thank Pendleton and Williams, man, those guys, they were awesome. And it was just great to have a good time.
Well, all right, well, there you have it. Brandon Wallace is going to be your third place finisher. And, man, what a night. That was so much fun. Let's bring it back in the booth with Logan Thrillkilled and, man. Well, that was a lot of fun. I don't know. I don't know about you. I enjoyed all the paint schemes. I love to see what guys were willing to try to do, the strategies that were involved in this race, and I don't know. Kind of what were your takeaways from this night?
I just know that every single one of these drivers out here tonight had a blast with it. There was not a single complaint that I heard. And that's the most important thing. Whenever you put something on like this, especially going into the summer series, that's what it's about, is just being here, having fun with a group of friends, just doing it week after week. So, I think that the 87 series over the summer, it's going to be a blast all season long. And I just can't wait to get it going.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to have this to sort of iron out some stuff, and it's just been a lot of fun. I love the commitment and stuff that a lot of folks have committed to this series, and it's going to be a blast. I can't wait. I love the 87s. I love a theme. I love a good theme. It just seems to add a little extra to it. These cars have been just some of my favorites since they were released. They're just old school. We talk about NASCAR being sort of, they all kind of look the same for the most part, and these cars are so different in so many ways. The cars, got suspensions that lean over in the corners. They're tough to drive. They'll chew you up and spit you out if you're not careful. So, just a lot to like about this series. It's just cool all the way around. So we're gonna give you an 80s broadcast. It's gonna be all 80s. We're gonna be showing you 80s commercials. We're gonna have 80s music. We're gonna have as much 80s stuff as we can do. And you probably think, well, what's wrong with the broadcast? Why does it look so fuzzy? We're trying to make it look as close to the 80s as you would watch it on your television screen. So we're going overboard here at V-Speed, and we're going to do it in a great way. It's a lot of fun. Hopefully give you a couple laughs, and maybe if you're one of the older folks, which there's a lot here at Goat Locker, you might appreciate seeing some things from your childhood. I don't know. Yeah, incredible night. Thanks to everybody who was a part of it. Thanks to Pat putting up the prizes to give us something to give away. And thanks to everybody who showed up that put on a great time, that stayed around when it was just sitting there watching, having a good time in Discord, laughing and cutting it off. I think that's a huge part of something like this. So, got to thank all of our sponsors. Of course, Cruisin Classic is going to be the sponsor on the 87 series. So, I want to thank them for coming on board. And Logan, let me turn this way. Yep.
There we
great
go.
job.
We got it.
Yeah. So let's get some music playing in this bad boy, and then we'll get y'all out of here. Let's see if this is any count. I don't know. We'll see. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
There we go.
All right, guys. We'll see y'all next time. June 2nd is when the 87 Retro Series Cruisin Classics. I don't know, there's a bunch of words in there. That's when it starts, so stay on top of it. Pay attention. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got another video coming out soon. If you haven't seen the other one, it's linked in the Discord. We're going to V-Speed Racing Network, the YouTube for that one. And we'll see y'all next time. Y'all have a good night.